Boogie, drop that beat.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Talking Out Loud with Miss Talkative. Everything I say is my own opinion, alleged, and strictly entertainment purposes. Remember, I'm just talking out loud. Please like, share, subscribe, comment on the video, let me know what you think. Now, I love me some Kenya Moore. Anybody that knows me knows that. And I am sitting up here watching the Kenya Moore and Carlos King interview, and I'm going to play a clip. And I'm going to come back and give my opinion.
Out, not auditioning. So I want to explain to people how it works.
How it worked back then.
Because now anybody could get on Housewives. It's no longer.
Yes.
At one point in time, the Real Housewives of Atlanta was a Soho House membership.
Yes, it was. You better say that again. Some people don't know who Soho House is, so maybe explain
that. Okay. So Soho House is it's an exclusive club.
Yes.
It's a
top tier
restaurant, lounge,
celebrity only.
Celebrity driven. There's one in West Hollywood, Miami.
Now, before it was just LA.
Yeah, it was just LA, but now they have LA, New York, Miami,
London.
And
they're all over the world.
They're all over the world now. Mm-hmm. But you got to pay like $5,000 a year to be a part of the membership.
And be referred. You can't just pay your money and get in. You have to be referred.
You have to be referred by 2 referrals.
Yes, that are already members.
They're already members.
Yes.
So they don't let anybody in.
No, they do not.
You got to be, and you have to submit a headshot.
Yes, you do.
I'm a member. In case you were wondering, I am a member. Catch me if you can. At one point in time, the Real Housewives of Atlanta was like a Soho House membership. Now it's like a playground to where it's free to the public, and you don't have to do anything to get in but arrive with your cooler and your rehearsed reads and being prepped and having a battery in your back with AA batteries and a charging station that was meant for a Tesla, but it's really for these new girls to wind them up like a rag doll. Yep. And I'm sorry, I forgot my line of questioning. I went to another stratosphere. Anywho, I'm back now. At the time when it was a privilege to be on the show.
When it was the show to be on.
The show to be on.
The show to be
Many girls auditioned.
Yes.
Many girls were told, bye-bye.
Yes.
What people don't know is this, and you tell me if I got the number wrong. You filmed for over a month.
Oh, over a month, yeah.
Without being an official housewife.
Right, and without pay. They didn't pay you. They didn't pay me. That was the reason, eventually I was like, I'm out of here. If you don't know it by now, you're never going to know it. And so I'm gone. So thank you. Thank you very much. I know how to walk away. That's the one thing about me. I don't do things just for money. You know that. The history of me being on this show tells you that. If I'm not happy, if I don't like the way things are going, I'll just say, it's not working out. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yes, back then, anyone who was auditioning or wanting to be a part of the cast went through this rigorous filming. They would film you alone. They would film you with your man. They would film you with your children. They would film you out and about. And maybe if you kept making the cut, you would film with a housewife. Or if you didn't know a housewife already, I knew Lawrence. So I would film with Lawrence. That was my, entree or what? Not entree.
No, he was your introduction into the.
He was my introduction.
Cast.
Yes. So Lawrence was my introduction to the cast, and so from there, in a scene, he might say, if it's going well, Phaedra's having a get together tomorrow. Do you want to come? Oh, well, I don't know who Phaedra is, in real life. So I'm like, well, sure. I don't know what to expect. I don't know these people, so that's how it worked. And the great thing about that casting process is that you had to earn your right to be a housewife of Atlanta. You had to earn it. It wasn't like, oh, this girl looks good. Oh, she looks good on paper. Let's make her a housewife. Girls are getting their contracts before they even meet us. And so then it blows up when they do meet us and they can't keep up and they're not a good fit. We've seen it season after season. It doesn't work. You need to be tried and tested. That is it. You need to have all these girls. Do you remember the Nene had an event?
Yes, season 5.
The success event, whatever.
Well, y'all get the gist of where I'm going. I don't understand why, if Carlos, being a former producer on Real Housewives of Atlanta, knowing the history of how it worked, how people had to work to get on the show, even after they even appeared on the show, they had to work to get cast. They had to see if they was a good fit. It wasn't just show up and get filmed. It wasn't just, okay, you're friends with this person and and they need somebody to film with, so you're up. You had to go through an audition, and even you're still auditioning after you are after they're filming you, to see if you're going to mesh well with the other ladies. With Carlos having the blueprint and knowing what makes for good reality, and seeing that, how Real Housewives of Atlanta was built from, the ground up, why didn't he bring that, that foundation, those strategies, those tactics to own with Love and Marriage Huntsville? And he could have, if he had brought them same tactics, them same skills that they used over at Real Housewives of Atlanta, not saying he had to be a true copycat, but at least he should have known better to just stick people in, and they're not good for TV, or they're not what they really, claim to be about. If he had used the foundations of what he knew for Love and Marriage Huntsville, Love and Marriage Huntsville would have been the show. He should have been like, you know what? I've learned my lesson. I know what works. I know what fits. And I'm going to make Love and Marriage Huntsville, the biggest show ever. He's up here still bragging on Love and Marriage Huntsville being the #1 show on the Oprah Winfrey Network. Do you know that Love and Marriage Huntsville could have broke so many ratings and could have put on the map past Real Housewives of Atlanta? Because you have a former Real Housewives of Atlanta producer that that knows the ins and outs, that have been there, know the foundation, and he could have said, I learned from my mistake, and I'm finna get big. I'm finna make this, I'm finna, create something big with OWN. I get to do this on my own. This is my name. Let's make it mean something. If he had tried, he didn't even try. He built the show around Melody, and he wanted, her to have some friends and stuff, and that's all fine. But at the end of the day, it did not matter. Like Kenya said, when she got on Real Housewives of Atlanta, she didn't know them people. She didn't watch the show. And that means that what they were going through, what was said, what was done, it was genuine. It wasn't now we reaching and, they having their own little inside jokes, and we got to try to figure out what they're talking about and who they talking about, and they going, they're going back and going to places that they can't, and they talking, and then they gotta shut up, or they gotta be hushed up, and it's like, okay, what? No, you started it, say it. And when Carlos cast the Scots, he should have vetted them. He should have been like, okay, you know what, y'all are not what y'all said y'all were about. Y'all, where's my black excellence? Where's the businesses? What's going on? And when Marcel said, oh, you know what, I don't feel comfortable talking about our reality, or you're gonna get me in trouble, my marriage is in trouble. Carlos should have been like, okay, let's see where this go. And at some point in time, he should have had another conversation with the Scots. And he should have said, okay, I allowed you to get used to the camera, to get used to, being on TV and being a public figure. Some time has went by, and it's either shit or get off the pot. Because this is reality TV. So what we doing here? Are we doing reality, or what are we, or do I need to get somebody else? If they stated that on Real Housewives of Atlanta, plenty of people were like, they auditioned and they were told bye-bye. Why couldn't he do the same for the Scots? Because they're not reality TV. They don't want to show reality. They want to give us what they want to give us. They watered down and, they protecting each other. That's not reality TV. Reality TV is just that. It's your reality. And they're not willing to give. And then you got to try to pull stuff out of them. They're on a reunion and they're, it's like a question is asked and everybody know the answer. But it's like, how when you were younger and your mom used to ask a question when nobody wanted to tell on each other, so everybody be quiet, and then when mom said, well, don't nobody tell me, everybody get in trouble. That's how Love and Marriage Huntsville is between the Scots and Martell. Everybody know the answer, but everybody's being protective. And so that's why Carlos should have stepped in and be like, oh, okay, well, everybody's on a timeout. And he should have intimidated them by bringing on other cast, whether he was trying them out or he would, or let them know, y'all are replaceable. Y'all are not Love and Marriage Huntsville. Y'all haven't given me shit to go off of, to build off of. I'm trying to build a franchise here. I'm trying to build reality TV, and y'all are not giving me anything for reality TV. Tisha, if you're that sensitive, bye-bye. But this here is reality TV. Do you have any businesses? What's going on? What do you have for me to work with? If you have nothing for me, I have nothing for you. And that's just the way it should have went. You're coming on set getting a free check. When the Scots turned their storyline into melody, he definitely should have gave them their walking papers and said bye-bye. Because, oh no, you don't get to escape yours to indulge in somebody else's. You can't hide behind somebody else's reality. Where's yours? I have 6 people. Well, I have 6 people for Love and Marriage Huntsville, and for a reason. If I only wanted footage from one person, I would have cast. I would have cast one person. I would have cast one couple, and just made all of y'all friends. But I made y'all full-time cast members for a reason. But if you can't handle that, let me know. So I believe that Carlos dropped the ball, and he strayed away so hard, so far from what he already knew worked in reality TV. And I feel as though he needs to go back to the basics, pull up that blueprint, he need to watch him, and he need to replay this part of him and Kenya's interview, and he need to play it over and over so he can say, okay, what's missing? What's missing? He said he was able to tell something was missing on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Why can't he tell what's missing on Love and Marriage Huntsville? This is your show. This is your baby. And I feel as though you're missing the buck all the way around. Get back to the blueprint. Get back to what you know. Bring that foundation that built Real Housewives of Atlanta to Love and Marriage Huntsville. And I'm just talking out loud. This is just my opinion. Please like, share, subscribe, comment on the video. Let me know what you think.